What's up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin with my co-host Minnie. We are in the house to talk some Michigan football after a very interesting game Saturday, but a victory. How are you doing, Minnie?
Hey, I'm great. How are you, TJ?
We're doing good. It is Michigan Monday. I will say some news just dropped 14 minutes ago that I just found out while we were doing the intro, but we will not touch on. I don't want to touch on it here because I don't want to. And what it is, just so everyone knows, Minnie, I don't know if you saw this or not, but essentially the University of Michigan and head coach Jerome Moore have withdrawn their appeals in the NCAA infraction case centered around the advanced scouting. Until I can read more about it, I don't want to give too much of a take on it. I'll just simply say I find it interesting. I would like to dig in a little deeper and see more. I don't want to give too much on it until I know more. So that's just where we are. It is interesting. He goes, "Oh, come on, touch on." I don't even know though. Like I literally saw it. I got tagged in a tweet while the intro was playing, and I just saw it. And I don't want to speak on anything without knowing more. So
that's not even what I thought you were going to talk about. There's another thing that just happened, just like a couple hours ago that we just found out, right?
The Justice Haynes situation.
Yeah.
No, we will touch on that a little bit. We'll touch on
this other thing, I mean, could it, just out of curiosity, because I don't know how these things work, they withdrew their appeals.
Okay.
Could it mean that, the NCAA says, okay, we're happy with the way that things have played out, punishment has been served, and we're done with this? Could that be it?
No, because it was already done, right? So the NCAA gave their ruling. Right. And then Michigan, even though they got their ruling, which was like not much, like the punishment was not much, just some probation, some fines, all that. Michigan still decided, the university and Jerome Moore still decided to appeal it to reduce punishment. And this would then go into, I believe it would be, it could, go to court and potentially discovery. I will say, so Michigan had nothing to lose. The punishment, so the reason why it was really interesting and I was for it is because Michigan wouldn't be punished any further. The worst that can happen is what we already had. And with Michigan appealing, potentially Michigan could get a punishment reduction, many of us fans were hoping, I believe, more would come to light through discovery and some things would be exposed. Like, for example, student athlete 1, the investigation firm that handed over the information to NCAA, and other information that I'm sure many of us might not even be aware of. Like, so that was one of the things I think a lot of people were interested in seeing, but they withdrawn their appeal. So they're letting it be. But again, until I learn more about it, I don't want to give a full opinion on it. The only thing I can simply say is it's interesting. And I'll give you an instant reaction. F it. I don't love it. But I also don't know why. Like, what's the why? What's the cause? Like, I guess we can go down this road. F it. But our fan base, and audience, let me know in the chat if I'm misspeaking for us, but many of us, and I know not all of us, but many of us, Michigan says they're going to take it to court. They've done this now twice, and they have now withdrawn their position. And I don't really even know why, because why even appeal in the first place? I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, not that what are you doing? Like, we were for it, but like, why even do it? You didn't need to. You could have just took your punishment, kept it moving, but instead you didn't appeal, and now you're withdrawing your appeal. So I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. It's interesting. I will look into that more, like once, like later tonight, tomorrow. But it is what it is.
Maybe it has more to do with, legal issues, lawyers kind of making
what?
Lawyers making kind of like the backdoor deals.
But no. Well, the thing is, there's no deal to be made. It's done. We were just appealing.
Well, maybe they just want to drop it. Get it
Yeah,
out.
it could very well be like, you know what, let's just move forward and wash our hands. But I mean, you could have did that a month ago. I don't know.
I get it. Okay.
And then now look, this is fair too. Was it the regent's call where the regent's like, you know what, let's just be, I don't know. Again, this is where I don't know. I don't have any information. I just found out about this like you all did like 20 minutes ago. So not even, I found about this like 5 minutes ago. So I don't know. It's and then you're gonna have the rivals saying things like this. They're admitting guilt. I don't think that's admitting guilt. I mean,
No.
at the end of the day, here's the reality, Ed. Why didn't the NCAA find anything? If they're so guilty, where's the evidence? Because there isn't any. That's why it's settled how it's settled. There isn't any. Outside of what we know is that Connor Stalions had family friends go to games, not staffers. He had his mom go to games. Mom's a trooper. Mom will always support their son. Okay, so we're not mad at mom. So like he operated in a gray area, and I'm not, in our position as Minnie. Listen, Connor Stalions probably knew the rule book better than the NCAA, and he thought he found a damn gap.
You probably hit the nail on the head right there. I'm sure you did, because there's so many loopholes. There's ways around everything. It's just, it's like everything in college football. That's why they eliminated what did they eliminate this summer? 152 rules out of the NCAA rule book for football. Did you know that?
I did not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because there's too many loopholes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, and not only that, like you have rules in place, and then schools still find. You're right, not just loophole, but they're pushing limits, like no tampering. Everyone's tampering. That's not even a rule. Is that even a rule? I mean, yeah, it looks nice on paper, but it's not even in effect. So, whatever. That's where we are there. But we're gonna get with our show.
That sucks that it kind of came mid-season, because you hate to just have anything take away from the program right now. We're in the middle of the season. We're 6-2, and you don't want any kind of drama outside of that.
It's all right. We're, I think it'll blow, it'll be gone with the wind, tomorrow, next week, whatever. It will. I mean, the rivals will hang on it. It gives them a little kindling wood for a few days, but it'll be all right. Or they'll get over it. But yeah, so to our show, Minnie. This is the Michigan Monday podcast with myself and Minnie in the house. If you guys want to send us a super chat, we'll read it on the screen. If it's relevant to the topic, we'll read it. If it's not, we will read it at the end of our topics we have for you guys. But as we do every week, we're going to get into the 3 things that stood out this past weekend, this game. Minnie, do you want to go first?
Sure. My first one is Bryce Underwood. He definitely had his worst game.
Yeah.
Which is strange because he started off pretty hot. He was 8 for 17, which was his season low.
Yeah.
86 yards total. But he did rush for that 13-yard touchdown.
He did.
First quarter.
Right. Yeah, there was, it's an interesting thing that the fan base has brought to my attention on Saturday specifically. Um, Bryce Underwood plays very poorly on the road. His worst games are on the road. It's very interesting. We're gonna see. Our next road game is shoot. I should know this. It's not Purdue.
Hmm.
It's Northwestern. So that's going to be a great test. Another team that's not elite, but they are, they're playing okay. They're playing okay. We'll see how Bryce responds. Is it the youth? Is it mental? What is it? What's happening there? Because there's something happening. He's just not performing on the road. And it's really interesting. I mean, there was a stat today. We're gonna show some love to Sam Webb and Denard Robinson for the Monday morning quarterback. But essentially, there was like 19 RPOs called, and Bryce Underwood decided to only throw on one of them. Or I'm sorry. Here it is. Bryce Underwood was given 16 RPOs, and he only chose to throw the ball one time. So the run heavy offense, which we will get into because Sherrone Moore did make an adjustment, but it wasn't necessarily all architected by Sherrone and Chip Lindsey. Bryce Underwood literally was not taking advantage or taking opportunity to throw the ball. He did rely on his running game. It appeared that it just wasn't his day, Minnie.
Like he took a night off.
I don't want to say taking, just wasn't, he wasn't feeling it. I mean, I don't know why he's having trouble.
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing with Bryce is he's having trouble with the third level in terms of layering the ball, getting air under his throw. These are things he's going to need to work on. Hopefully he can figure them out in season, but he hopefully gets it together in the off season.
That'll come probably in his next year. Yeah.
So my first thing that stood out that's actually relatable to my second thing that stood out, so we'll just combine them, Minnie.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits on Bryce Underwood, is the passing game issues. We really held back in our aerial attack, and it's crazy because Michigan State is one of the worst pass defenses in the Big Ten. Wow. They're in the bottom. They're in the bottom in terms of pass defense, and we could not exploit it, which is disappointing. And I know the fan base is a little frustrated in that as well. But I will say, and this is where it's relatable, and we kind of hit on Bryce Underwood being 8 for 17, which is just not very good. That's honestly, full transparency, some Davis Warren, Alex Orgy type stuff. That's where we are expecting better. But that said, they did get the win, and then because of that, Sherrone Moore, by all accounts, there's word Sherrone Moore identified during the game that Bryce Underwood wasn't quite feeling it. He wasn't quite on. And he made an in-game adjustment, kind of similar to Penn State, where Sherrone Moore decided to run the ball more. And they did. They ran the ball 49 as a team, 49 times. That's versus 17 pass attempts.
Honestly, that's Big Ten football.
You're right. That is Big Ten football. That is 100% Big Ten football.
I love that. And when you have two running backs like Michigan does, why the hell not?
Yeah, I don't. Well, look, it worked, and I'm not upset, and and I'm very happy that we do have two running backs. I think it's just the fan base. Now, I'll include myself here. We want to see our young prize freshman quarterback make plays. But we also need to understand he's 18. He is in a learning curve. As much as the hype is and was, he's still 18 learning college football. It's just where we are. So we are watching him learn in front of our eyes. We're watching him struggle. You're watching him struggle. You're watching him succeed. That's the beauty of it. But Jordan's not wrong here. We have a bit of a catching issue, which we will get to. That's actually my third topic. But Minnie, what is your next topic?
Oh gosh. Well, a highlight actually, that what we were just talking about, Justice Haynes did not skip a beat. He went 152 yards and 2 touchdowns, except for that little tiny fumble that he had.
Yeah. No, excellent game from Justice Haynes. Obviously, the fumble was not ideal, but great game. He first half he was kind of finding himself again, feeling it out. but he turned it on in the second half. I mean, elite Heisman level player. He's a Heisman level player. It's unfortunate he missed a game and a half. It's also, to touch on the Justice Haynes situation, and it is one of my players who stands out. So we'll just hit on it right now. He's one of my 3 players who stood out clearly. Yeah, it appears Justice Haynes is in a walking boot. To what extent? What does that mean? Not sure. Is it preventative? Is it short term? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on it. But it is, ideally you would not want him in a walking boot, just full transparency, but it is what it is,
A walking boot is mainly used for fractures.
Well, and small ailments. I mean, it's not just, sometimes it's, they use it for just like, even if you have like, what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot.
Like a sprain? I mean, if it's a sprain, it'll get taped.
No, not, shit. What's the thing on the foot with the arches? I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
whatever. Not runner's foot, is it? I forgot what it's called. It doesn't matter. Point being is like, there's small things that they also use them for preventative measures. But we'll see. To be determined on that. Justice Haynes, Dre, my guy Dre. Justice Haynes is in a walking boot by all accounts right now. You better not be Achilles tendon. You better relax there, Michigan. Let's not put that out there. Relax. I'm not gonna say Achilles tendon. Plantar fasciitis. That's what it is. Plantar fasciitis. That's what I was talking about. Which can be, but who knows? I'm not saying it's that either. We have no idea what it is. I don't even want to speculate.
Well, all I know, I can tell you.
Go on.
Foot injuries can be the death of a player. And I hope I'm really hoping it's nothing serious.
Of course. Well, yeah, but also know this. There's plenty of times, Minnie, and especially in football, where a player will have a walking boot after a game and they're good by Monday. It's preventative measure stuff. I mean, I don't want to Sure. I don't want to listen, I'll say this too. If it was serious though, I feel we would have heard of it by now. Shromore didn't address it today in the media. The media is not going to ask him about it because they're not allowed to. They're not they handle injuries very privately. So until I hear more before I hear anything, I'm not going to speculate. I have no idea what it could be.
Fair.
Hopefully nothing. I'll say this. I don't think it's anything too crazy because he was reading to kids by all accounts. That's the word. He was reading to kids in a walking boot. There's a picture of him doing that.
What was his injury that he was out for Washington?
I think he had an abdominal injury. It looked like he was holding his core. It looked like some type of abdominal injury. The concern was a broken rib. No. Yeah, Wolverine Casual. Minnie confirms Justice Haynes is dead. Let's not.
I did not. No.
Yeah.
I'm saying a prayer for him. That's all. That he heals quickly.
Yeah. Interesting. So my guy Dre says, check the DM. Brother, I don't see it. I looked. I don't see anything in my DMs. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. To be determined on that. I do not want to overreact. I'm telling you guys.
Okay.
And I know Minnie thinks his foot got cut off, but I'm just letting you know, like, walking boots are used frequently and it's not serious. Like that happens all the time. So just now in everyday life, Minnie, like you and I, or like the rest of our viewers, they're not rocking a walking boot like commonly. That's something the doctor, it is more serious. I think it's potentially possible. Like, all right, so again, no idea what the injury is.
Right.
No idea what the injury is, but interesting.
What?
All right, hold on. That's got a DM. That's interesting. Hold on.
Well, they have all kinds of things to heal small injuries, like red light therapy. They have the oxygen chambers. They have everything that is like unheard of these days.
All right. Let me give you some breaking news. Okay. I just got a DM.
Okay.
After the game, he was not in a walking boot. So this strongly to me plays out as a very preventative measure and not serious. That would be my approach here. Juju, don't be fucking LOL. And I texted your ass. Did you even respond to me? Yes, you did. All right. We're good. All right. I had 2 confirmations. We're good, boys. I've had 2 different people, 2 different individuals reach out to me. We're good.
My prayer worked.
See, let's not overreact. That's what I mean. We do not want to overreact to silly things. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to hit the last? Do we want to hit the last? And thank you. And for real, appreciate everyone who hooks me up with information from time to time. All right. So do we want to hit on your third thing that
Sure.
stood out to me? Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this last week, but we definitely need to talk about it this week. The fact that special teams needs to improve.
Yeah.
So there's a couple players, Samaj Morgan, he's been the main punt returner, and every punt that he returns is a wild ride.
Well, he did have 2 punt returns, Minnie, for a total of 2 yards. So, at least there's progress, or at least there's some gain. I will say that was addressed by Sharon Moore. He simply said, like, we can't be fair catching in our own 5-yard line. Like, we got to do better. He did say that Andrew Marsh is in competition for punt return. We do have an inconsistent punter. Yeah, so there's definitely a special teams issue. I think it's very clear that if I had to power rank the coaches on the Michigan staff who are on the hot seat, I would make a very strong argument JB Brown's has the hottest seat right now, in my opinion. Who is the special teams coordinator, Minnie? I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that's our special teams coordinator.
Okay. I actually read that today. So
yeah.
How long I guess it's only been a year or 2 years since he's been special teams coordinator.
This is his 2nd year. He was hired by Sharon Moore.
Okay.
Yep.
Where did he come from? Do you know?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, let's just double check. How about that? Let's do it on the fly. I think he came from like Ferris or something, didn't he? Ferris State or no, maybe that was I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head actually where he came from. It's a fair question.
I'll go ahead and research that a little bit since I think this is something that we need to discuss.
I got it. Yeah, I don't know where he came from, but I know it was something like that. Yeah. All right. So let's read Daniel Thomas' super chat here. $4.99 super chat. Legend has it Haynes' foot is still running over little bro. True story, bro. It's running over him so much. Their entire fan base is hoping for Brian Kelly to be their next head coach. All right. So we have Wolverine Casual. We have Wolverine Casual for 10-hour super chat. Moore just said 5 minutes ago in an interview on whether he will see Haynes for Purdue. We'll see what he looks like throughout the week. Seems positive. I'll say this. We have Purdue next, which I think we would all agree. I even put $1,000 bet out there on Saturday because I told you, Minnie, before the show, I was getting a little frustrated with I don't know. I think the fan base needs to take a breath, which we will get into. That is the topic of the show tonight. But we're going to win. We will beat Purdue. So I think, and then after Purdue, we have a bye week, right? So there's plenty of time to rest, recover, get fully healthy. So it's potentially possible that's the approach they take with him. Plus, Jordan Marshall's been doing a hell of a job.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about so let's just hit on my final thing that stood out to me, and mine was so related to your special teams point. Mine is Samaj Morgan. He's a liability. He's a liability offensively. He's a liability special teams wise. I know Samaj Morgan's a player that you have one of the players who stood out, but not in a positive way. So we'll just hit on that now. He needs to be a rotational depth piece, and we need to find somebody who can take, in my opinion, his role on the team. And I know I feel like I speak for a lot of Michigan fans. I think if you polled the Michigan fan base, I would argue you're probably at 90%. Actually, whenever I talk Minnie, what's interesting is I have this casual group of Michigan fans who will text me from time to time who are not viewers of the podcast, just
people.
Yeah, just people I've known throughout life, whatever. And they'll occasionally text me and they'll be like, what's going on? Morgan's the topic of conversation. You know what I mean? Morgan is the top, like he is the one that everyone wants to talk about. Like, why is he playing? Blah, blah. So like, I would argue 90% of this fan base is ready to find another option than Samaj Morgan.
That would make sense. There's something going on. Can I go ahead and talk about the player? The good, the bad, the ugly. Well, that was Samaj Morgan for me. Jordan Marshall was asked about it in a press conference, and he said, I think it's in his head. Now that's dangerous territory. If it's in his head, you know what happens to players once it gets in their head, especially this late in the season.
Yeah, he's an athlete. Right. I mean, you see shooters lose their shot. You see golfers lose their swing. I mean, an athlete's mindset can be delicate if it's not fortified. I'll say this. I don't think it's in his head.
Do you think it's his ability?
I just don't think he's good at catching the ball. Okay. I really don't. Now, I will say his punt return stuff, he might be overthinking it, which is making him lead to bad decisions when doing fair catches or letting the ball go back another 15 yards. I really just don't think his hands are very good. And I read somebody's comments the other day, and they made an interesting, a fair suggestion. Why are we not moving him to defense? He's quick. He's got some feet quickness. He's got, some shiftiness to him. Why don't we try and develop him at a DB role, nickel, kind of like we did with Mike Sanders still, although Mike Sanders still had better hands, and he's not Mike Sanders still. Just hear me out. Just in terms of his quick feet, his quickness, I think he could potentially transition to that position. Maybe that's an off season. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's an off season move they make, and hopefully, hey, Juju, maybe if he catches the interception, I'm just kidding. No, he did play well. And hopefully, we'll see. And hopefully Michigan lands 2 strong wide receivers in the portal and they can make that transition because you have the young freshmen coming in. You got other guys developing. We'll see where we are there. Our guy, Ricky Burt here, $1.99 says TJ called ISO last night. We have Nick here, $1.99. Finally, we got a stud, Andrew Marsh. Please stand up. We do have a stud, Andrew Marsh. He looks like a fun player. Looks like a fun player who we get to watch develop with Bryce Underwood, which is going to be fun. All right, so let's get into our 3 players who stood out. We already hit on one for you. This can be positive or negative. I think we are in alignment here. It's Justice Haynes. We've already hit on Justice Haynes. I don't know if we need to go too far into it, but he's the best running back in the Big Ten. Do we agree? I know. Listen, and I know Nebraska's got a good running back.
Who does?
Huh?
Oh, Nebraska.
See, here's
the difference. Here's the difference. You guys, Michigan has 2 running backs that are 2 different kinds of running backs.
Right.
What Nebraska lacks is a bowling ball type running back, like Justice Haynes. I mean, he can break tackles left and right. He doesn't, with that kind of power, he's an amazing player to watch. Yeah, he's the best running back in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Juju saying the country, put some respect on his name, huh? Yeah, I think he's definitely there. I mean, I just wish he didn't miss any games because I'd love to see what his numbers look like. Yeah, so all right, let's get to our next player who stood out, Minnie. You have Jordan, speaking of another great running back, we have Jordan Marshall. Do you want to hit on that?
Yeah, I'm just impressed. Usually whenever you have such a dominant player like Justice Haynes, players don't actually perform better under them. You would think they do, but a lot of times they don't. But he's just as good. I mean, he ran the ball 27 times in the second half against Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did a great job.
Wait, who ran the ball 27 times?
Jordan Marshall.
No, Jordan Marshall had 15 carries in the whole game.
Oh, why did I
don't know. Haynes had 26 carries.
Before. I still have that stat. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, no, but Jordan Marshall had a very strong, like since Justice Haynes got injured in the USC game, Jordan Marshall has stepped up and he looks like a very good RB1. But But Haynes looks like an early draft pick in the NFL. So that's why. And Shromore made a comment. He says, he would start for, I think he said like 95% of teams or
Hell yeah.
100. I don't even know. But essentially, majority of the teams in the country, Justice Haynes,
That's
or
true.
I'm sorry, Jordan Marshall would start for. He absolutely would. He would. And he's only. And the beautiful thing is too. Here's the beauty. He's only going to get better. Marshall's only going to get better. Like, I'm excited to watch him grow as well. I'm very excited to watch him.
What's nice is Justice Haynes, he's a senior. It's his last year.
Likely,
right?
yes. Yeah.
So he'll go on to the NFL, and Jordan Marshall has been ready, has been getting primed this entire season. So he'll be ready to take over that role next season. What?
Just reading some things.
Okay.
I was reading a DM, but sorry.
That's okay.
It's about the Justice Haynes situation, but we're good. We're good. All right. So, let's hit on the next. It's nothing bad. And I may post something, but I got to get confirmation first.
Okay.
All right. So Jimmy Rolder's a player that we both have. We're gonna skip Samaj Morgan because I feel like we kind of hit on that.
Yeah,
Minnie.
we totally
Jimmy Rolder. Yeah, Jimmy Rolder is a player we both have. I mean, absolutely insane. By the way, we have to stress this right now. Big Ten players of the week offensively, Justice Haynes. Defensively, Jimmy Rolder. I mean, that's epic. And it was clear. Those two players really carried Michigan on Saturday.
They did.
Haynes is a junior, by the way. Haynes is a junior, by the way. I will say this. I do think Haynes goes to the NFL. I do think Haynes will go to the NFL.
He should. He's good enough.
And it's okay because we'll have Savion Hyder next year with Marshall and Jasper Parker. We'll be just fine. But go on. Yeah. So Jimmy Rolder.
He recovered a fumble in the first quarter by somehow managing to keep his body in bounds right on the sideline. That was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, the kid played absolute lights out. Jimmy Rolder had led the team with 10 tackles. 9 of them were solo, had a sack, tackle for loss, absolutely played just fantastic football, man. Fantastic football. And let's not forget either, he had, what else did he have? He had, I thought he had, how many tackles for loss? I thought I saw that stat. Doesn't matter. Regardless, played out of his mind. And what's funny is we have this interesting debate amongst the fans, Minnie. And actually, I need to make a statement because it's true.
What?
So we have this thing where we have a player named Cole Sullivan, which, by the way, we don't know the extent of his injury either. And Shromore said he will give an update, but there's no new update. So just so everyone knows, there's no update on Cole Sullivan. Here, right here, Ratrell just asked, is there any word on Cole Sullivan? There's no update on Cole Sullivan.
He had 2 tackles for loss, by the way.
Jimmy Rolder.
Okay,
thank you. Yeah. So, but we have this like really good problem. We have very good linebackers. We have Ernest Hausman, who's playing really well. We have Cole Sullivan, who we hope is the injury's nothing serious, playing elite, and then Jimmy Rolder, who just decided to be absolutely elite. Who has played well all season, by the way. He didn't just decide, but he's definitely, like, the way he played Saturday. If he was playing like that, yeah, exactly, Juju. We got some exciting whites, bro. We got some exciting whites. Yeah, the linebacker core is just strong. Bowles is nice. Nathan Wasu-Boateng is an exciting up and coming player. And here's my statement I want to make: we need to lay off Brian Jean-Marie. The pressure, I know the recruiting's not up to par, but he did get us Nathan Wasu-Boateng and Chase Taylor last year. Fanbase, the Michigan's extremely high on Chase Taylor. So recruiting was fine last year. I would say it was good. We're good. It was good. This year, yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, right? That said, he's got these boys playing at all Big Ten level type stuff, bro. Like, in my opinion, I am no longer, this is me speaking, Brian Jean-Marie is not on a warm seat or a hot seat. He is fine. He's fine. It's possible Michigan, if they have a need at the linebacker, they go transfer portal. Brian Jean-Marie criticism in my opinion, needs to stop. Because the other thing too is we are not aware of the reality of the NIL distribution for that position. There's a lot of, I would say, speculation that there's just not the funds at that position that there is at other positions, which is why we're losing out on some of these battles for these linebackers. I think we need to, exactly, Juju here, we need to, tell them to give them some resources. Exactly. I think we need to cool it on Brian Jean-Marie. I think Brian Jean-Marie is somebody we can say, would we not, and I want you to ask yourselves this, audience, would we not agree that the linebacker position has been one of the top performing positions next to running back? I think we would. No, Moose. Brian Jean-Marie is safe. I am of the Brian Jean-Marie is safe. Moose, let me know in the comments or call in Thursday why you think Brian Jean-Marie is a problem. Because if you see the way his players are playing, I don't understand it, because the production on the field is next to running back in terms of the best performing units on the team. And not only that, he's got them all playing well. Houseman, Rolder, Sullivan, and then Bowles has come in and played well. You have these up and comers in Nathan Owasu Boateng, and like I said, the staff is high on Chase Taylor. Linebacker is not a concern. The concern for the fan base is the recruiting at the position is not good enough. Well, that's not a problem yet.
He can develop. By the looks of it, he's already put 10 players in the NFL draft.
Well, he's also, what's interesting too about Brian Jean-Marie is he's actually considered a very strong recruiter. He was formerly the recruiting director of Texas. Like, he's always recruited well. He's the one who brought us Junior Colson. Okay. Yeah, I just don't think that. I think we need to chill out on Brian Jean-Marie. In my opinion, he is safe, and I think we need to relax. Last player for me, Minnie, who stood out is Derek Moore. Derek Moore had a very good game. He had 2 sacks. Let's see, let's pull up his numbers fully, but he had 2 sacks on the game. I think he had 6 tackles. Just played well. He stepped up, especially at the end of the game when we needed him. Derek Moore played, he had 4 solo, 6 total, and 2 sacks, man. Derek Moore really stepped up. What is Derek Moore's sack total on the year? Let's find out. I'm curious right now. Wow.
What is it?
6.5. I didn't realize it was that high. It's good. I mean, it's well done, Derek Moore. Derek Moore's playing well.
6 and 2. That's
you just said 6.5. Yeah. I mean, hell of a job, man. I mean, he now has his highest total in his career. We still have 4 games left plus a bowl game, and hopefully playoffs, hopefully a playoff run. Edward Justice Haynes did not break his foot. Actually, let me see. Let me just confirm something right now.
Okay. Do we get to know what you're confirming?
Yeah, I have a picture. All right, I'll just say loosely. There's a picture of him after the game, and he's not in a boot. And I had that sent to me, and I'm wondering, if I can post it or not.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, the fact that you described it to us, I think that's good.
Yeah, but I kind of want to let social media know before people start freaking out. And I need to take my other post down.
Here's the good news. Here's the good news. I mean, a foot injury, typically, if it's an injury, he doesn't have to play against Purdue. We don't need him against Purdue. Jordan Marshall can take all the rushing yards. Then it's a bye week. Then, by then, I'm sure whatever it is, if it is an injury, will be healed completely. Yeah. Because, fractures tend to heal pretty quick. If it's a fracture, I don't know.
All right, I just got the green light, so I'm going to post this picture. If anyone wants to see it, you can check my Twitter. We're good to go, though. But yeah, I'm going to post that here in a second. So I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So yeah, listen, I think we need to just relax on it, and listen, here's what we do know. I don't think it's anything serious. I think we're okay. And if they do take a precautious approach with sitting him out for Purdue so he can get another week, the bye week to allow him to get 100%, there's nothing wrong with that, because guess what? 100% Justice Haynes is going to be extremely critical these last few games of the season as we do our push for the playoffs, which is exactly what we're going to do.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like having Biff fill in for Sharon.
Exactly.
Yeah. It worked.
Yeah, exactly. Minnie, can you read some comments while I do this for a second?
Sure. Yeah, let me get over there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hi. All right. Let's see here. Some starred comments. Yes.
Well, how about this, Minnie? How about this? How about this? No, we already did those. I already read all those. How about
Okay.
this? Let's actually hold on. We got to read the super chat from Michigander. We got Justice Jimmy and Jair Hill. All played well, didn't they, Michigander? Darn nice super chat.
Yes. I like
how about
that. The 3 J's.
Let's hit on the final topic of the show.
Okay.
Which is, was there something else?
No. I
Okay,
just wanted to meet everybody that's in chat.
Well, then go for it. All right, run with it. While I do this.
That's okay. I know a lot of them. I wanted to say hi.
You're good. Go for it.
All right. So Moo says, no reason to rush back. I see that no. That's not going to even be a comment I can read. Okay. Brian Black says, Haynes gave several interviews after the game. Oh, I didn't know that. But the report came from a reliable source on one of the boards. Huh.
Yeah.
So the report that he's in the boot came from a reliable source.
I don't know, but I do know I've had 2 people confirm to me that he doesn't have anything broken. He wasn't in a boot. I have a picture right now. I'm about to post right now of him in post game with no boot. So I can't say I'm too concerned about it. We'll just have to let it play out.
Mark, I feel you. He says my anxiety. I feel the anxiety too. Let's all have a moment of silence for Justice Haynes' foot. Oh. He is a great player, and I only hope that he stays healthy. I mean, if not, maybe he comes back for another year next year.
Yeah.
And we get him for a full year.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, we're good.
Let's see here. Okay. Reading chat, guys.
Yeah, we're good.
Hello, Tom.
All right, let's get to the next topic here, though, man. Unless you want to keep talking to fan base.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to say hi.
Yeah, if anyone wants to see the picture, go ahead and check it out on my social media. Actually, you know what am I doing? I can share it with you guys. What am I doing? All right, here's the picture, just so everyone knows. Okay. I'm like, go look at my Twitter. No, I can just show you guys. It's fine. So here's Justice Haynes post game with no boot.
Oh.
Perfectly fine. Smiling. Doesn't look like an injured player to me, guys. Okay. And thank you to my guy who sent this to me. Appreciate you. Yeah. So it looks good, man. Looks good.
I like it. He does look healthy.
Yeah.
He looks healthy and happy.
And not only that, if his foot was really messed up, he wouldn't be carrying a damn box of stuff and taking pictures with my concern level is very low. Okay. Very low.
I get it.
All right. Last question, or this is the topic of the night, and this is something I want to address. It is my opinion, after talking with fans and engaging with them on social media, doing post-game show, that a lot of the fan base, it feels like a lot, maybe it's not, is frustrated with this team, even though we are 6-2 and everything is in front of us. And the boys have, outside of the USC game, I would argue, done what they've needed to do. Now, has it been the cleanest? Absolutely not. And we can get into why I think the fan base is frustrated. And I also can understand, why the fan base can feel frustrated. But I am here to simply say, I think we need to take a breath. Minnie, do you have thoughts on this before I go in on my position?
Well, you do realize this is like my specialty. I kind of have a corner on fan bases being frustrated, having come from the Nebraska Huskers. I feel you. But my question is, are you in a better position right now than you were this time last year? And I bet you everyone would say yes. You have a whole bunch of winnable games in front of you. You have a team that seems, yes, there's problems on every team, but you have a team and coaches that seem to be able to pull it together. So
yeah,
that's how I like to look at things.
Yeah, and I think Aaron Taylor has it best here. Is we have, so this is where I'm at. And I think this is really critical. Like, we have the youngest team in the Big Ten. And I know, like, well, that's an excuse. Well, look, here's the reality of what it really means. It means in the next 2 years, we're going to be absolutely dominant.
Yep.
It means next year, our boys are going to be even better, stronger, and ready for, like, for example, you see what's happening with Bryce Underwood on these road games. That's going to go away. He's going to find his feel. He's going to build, he's going to have the confidence. He's going to kill it. I think we need to understand the reality of the situation, which is, yes, we are a good team. No, we don't always play to the level of our talent. We don't. And yes, there is an extreme inconsistency with this team. Like, for example, Washington, we looked like Michigan football. We play against Michigan State, who, yes, is a rival. And yes, it is on the road. And yes, they are one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. But we looked inconsistent. We looked a bit sloppy. The offense was out of rhythm. Defense played good, though. Defense played very good. So we need to, as a fan base, in my opinion, just take a breath and understand that it is very likely we're going to win the next 3 games: Purdue, Northwestern, and Maryland. It is very likely. And we are going to go into this Ohio State game, and we are going to be 9-2 heading into this Ohio State game. And that game is going to determine whether we are in the playoffs or not. It is at home. We play well at home. Okay. We play well at home. And I Rico, and I think, listen, I hear you. You're not wrong. We should have blown Michigan State out, but can we also acknowledge, even when it was 10-7, did you really feel like we were going to lose the game? I never felt like we were going to lose that game. Not one time did I ever think to myself, we're not winning this game. I felt that we just needed to play cleaner football, but we are not. We're just not. Offensively, we're not. Yeah, exactly, Dre. I agree. We are just a young team. We have 3 redshirt freshmen starting. By the way, Frazier's playing well. Sprague's playing well. Granera's playing well. Our young players, Andrew Marsh is playing well. You have these young players really playing well. You have a lot of young DBs playing well. You have Cole Sullivan, who looks like a star. You have all this encouraging. You have a quarterback who we all know is that dude. He is. It's just got to be consistent, right? So, like, there's all of this exciting pieces for the future. It's just not developed yet. It's not like it the thing about college that's fun, Minnie, and I'm sure you would agree. When you have a team that is senior led or full of juniors and seniors, they play like a team. Yeah. That is full of juniors and seniors. You could tell, and we are lacking in that area. We have to remember, guys, we had some poor recruiting years that are biting us right now a little bit. And I just feel the team has achieved absolutely everything we have wanted, except, I guess, 2 things: beating USC, which I think we all feel we can win that. I feel we can win that game. I feel we can win that game. We didn't. And consistent play. We have a lot of inconsistent play. And we're so inconsistent. Our stud kicker, Zavada, is inconsistent. Like, that's where we are. Which you could argue that's a representation of your coaching, which fair, because we also not only have a young team, we have a coaching staff learning together. Now, Wink's obviously an OG, and Chip Kelly, not Chip Kelly.
Lindsay.
Brian Kelly's been on my mind. Apologies. Chip Lindsey is obviously an established offensive coordinator, but you have a head coach who is new but learning. And I'm going to be real with you. Last 2 games, like what I'm seeing. I see a coach who is bringing some energy to the sideline. I see a coach who is making decisions in game. He did make an adjustment to transition from throwing as much to focusing on the running game. I just feel, guys, as a fan base, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it where it needs to be? No, we got work to do. But boys, we're going to likely be 9-3 or better. Okay. And my prediction going into this season was, and I got I've had a lot of debates in the off season because our fan base, Minnie, by the way, they think anything below 10 wins is unacceptable. And my position was 9-3. So I debated a lot of people. I felt the reason why we'd go 9-3 is the exact thing we're seeing. That we're just young. Just young.
That's part of the problem right there, TJ. What you just hit on is that the fan base has an expectation because it's just 2 years removed from a national championship. So you want to see that every year. But
and I'm not even mad. Yeah, go on.
This team has gone through a major overhaul, major changes, and it's still putting a great product on the field.
Yeah, exactly. And, and I'm not mad at the fan base for having expectations and standards because that's good. Yeah. Like, it is okay to hold your team to a high standard, especially when you have a team and a program like Michigan. We should hold them to a high standard. My only, I guess the only thing I'm trying to do, because like at the end of the day, I cannot change your mind and I'm not going to force you. I am not going to force you what to think. Like, for example, Michigan, because 9-3 is unacceptable. We are a national championship. I agree. We are. The standard should be competing for national titles. I don't disagree, but I'm trying to, the reality of the situation is this. We don't have the wide receivers we need. Our interior pass rush is not strong. And we have a very young team who are making young mistakes at times.
That's what it is.
I'm not mad at this. I want to let you guys know this right now. I'm not mad at Michigander. I'm not mad at Moose. You're right. You're not wrong. Okay. I'm just trying to let y'all know we are 6-2. The season's ahead of us. It's ahead of us. Like, these next 3 games, in my opinion, we're going to win. Then we got the Ohio State game where we all know, we're going to be watching that game.
That's going to be a great game.
It's going to feel like if you ever been in line for a roller coaster, Minnie?
Oh,
like a really big ass roller coaster. Like,
yes, I love roller coasters.
Yeah, like a badass roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. The week of the Ohio State game is going to be like you're in line for one of those monsters.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
exciting. I'm totally considering coming up for that game.
Wait, you said you're going to come up for that game. Are you?
I'm considering it. I haven't
I'll
decided.
make a deal with you. All right. So here's the deal. Doreen's going.
I know.
Doreen's going.
The reason why.
I've told our audience I was going to go. So if you go, we can figure something out. But
yeah. November 29th.
Brother. Oh, chill out. We gotta remember the game, Dre. Yeah. So actually, Minnie. Minnie, if you do come, so my guy Dre here, he's a part of Hailgate, which is one of the largest tailgates in Michigan. For Michigan, we would meet. We would go there. That'd be one of our destinations for sure.
Fun.
So
okay.
Yeah. Actually, I think you should come up. It'd be a good time. Doreen will be there as well. We all have a good time.
Yeah, but, I want to meet everybody. I mean, this is one of the rivalry games that is definitely on my list. It's going to be a good game this year too.
Gregory, hey, go on, Minnie. I'm not cut you off. Go on.
Oh, there's Gregory Stewart.
Yeah, Gregory Stewart. Don't sell tickets to Buckeyes. That does not need to be said, but we will say it. And then our guy Dre here says, "Come on, y'all, let's party." Listen, we'll have a good time. But yeah. So that's where I'm at on the fan base. Minnie, did you have anything you wanted to add? And listen, again, I want to stress, I'm not mad at nobody for holding the high standards of this program. I believe in that. You should hold your program to a high standard. But I just want to stress, just take a breath and understand the reality and the stress that you're having. Maybe for not, because we may very well, and I do believe this, like I said, we're going to win the next 3. And then listen, we got the Ohio State game and we've owned that. We've owned that game for 4 years. Okay. And it's at home. And our boys play good at home. And the defense, and guess what? The defense is turning up at the right time. So the worry is for not, maybe for not. And we may very well get ourselves in the playoffs, find ourselves with some home field advantage, and maybe we can make a little, have a little fun, in the playoffs, maybe win a game or two. So let it play out. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is let it play out and just take a slight breath and understand the youth of this team. And we are in a position where we control our destiny. So it's not as bad as I think the fans are making it. What, Minnie, anything on that?
This is typical. It just is. It's a great football team that has been really great in the past. And this is what fans expect.
Yeah.
And I get it. The anxiety starts setting in because, you really only have like a month left of football, a month and a half. And it's like, well, shit, if we don't get our act together. The thing is that you have to remember in the second half of the season, that's when things start clicking, especially with young players. They start getting their heads out of their asses and really start acting like, the mature football players that they're going to be.
Yeah. So I listen, I don't know. I'll say this too. I am actually, I feel when you look at the stats, when you look at the metrics, like Juju's not serious. I want everyone to know that right now. All right. So when you look at the metrics, like one of the things that has encouraged me a lot, Minnie, is when you look at the metrics after the Washington game and now after the Michigan State game, Michigan is ranking like top 15 in terms of complete teams, in terms of when you combine the offense, when you combine the defense. A lot of teams are not good. A lot of teams are not good in college football. Look at all the teams firing their coaches right now.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing well at all. Like we are at least handling business outside of the USC game. The Oklahoma game, I'm not even gonna entertain because the reality is extremely tough match. Actually, we played, all things considered, very well in that game.
Yep.
Like Bryce actually played really well for a true freshman on the road in such an environment. His second game, just turning 18, like less than 3 weeks before. Okay. Played extremely well. The team, for what that situation was, a team playing against a team that was older and more experienced. I thought the team did the best they could. USC is a different story. We did not come to play.
USC was, I think it was a mixture of things for that game. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. You're allowed to have a game like that where the team, especially a young team, shows up unprepared. It's going to happen.
I want to make sure I hit these super chats here. We got T here, 499. Many predicted 9-3, then complained weekly about us looking like a 9-3 team. Laugh my ass off. This shit is even fun for y'all, or is complaining part of. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been at 9-3. I think, to be honest, though, T, I think this is just an escape and a distraction from life, my friend. You know what I mean? The fans, people get so invested in their team because it's a fun distraction. That's why we love sports, right? It's a fun little break from the grind. And and like at the end of the day too, it's like, this is gonna sound maybe crazy, maybe even corny, because like I'm processing this in my head before I say it, but you love your team like you love a family member or a child. You just want them to do well, so you're going to be hard on them, right? Like, it's just kind of what it is, man. Now some people, like, how do they raise their kid? Oh, my kid can do anything and I still love them. That's how they treat their team too. You ever talk to a fan that like everything's okay and everything's always optimism, even though it's like terrible and the house is on fire? It's very similar to that in my opinion. We got Blue in May 76, $10 super chat. We will be okay. Trust the process. Go Blue. I am actually optimistic. Looking at everything, like Juju pointed out here, we have a top 40 offense. Dude, if I would have told you that last year when we were ranked in the 130s and we're top 30 in efficiency, and then a lot of metrics have us in terms of complete team metrics as top 15 team. A lot of team, like we are literally hovering around 15 in terms of the entire nation, in terms of like where do we rank metrically, all of that. And that's borderline playoff. borderline playoff. So all we got to do is handle business these next 4 games. And 3 of these games I feel very good about. The 4th game, we will see the week of the game where we're at, how we're playing, injuries, all that, right? We'll find out. So that's where I'm at, Minnie. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we get out of here?
Well, I mean, we've already gone an hour, but I feel bad taking up any more time. I just wanted to add that, the Big Ten standings where Michigan is right now, they're solid 4th, which is kind of crazy because when you look at the teams that are above them, they haven't played near the opponents that Michigan has. So there's definitely hope, guys. I mean, I know you're used to just, taking the world by storm. It's just the way that your schedule's set up versus other teams, we're kind of like in this kind of position right now with the standings. Because Oregon hasn't even played anybody. Ohio State hasn't. Indiana has. I mean, more than, yeah.
Yeah. Right. You're right. Ohio State's schedule looks very suspect. And now they're about to play a Penn State team who is not, we'll see. I mean, hopefully Penn State can shock the world and do us all a favor, but we'll see on that one. Yeah, this is a very weird college football year. There's no elite teams except there's like 2, and one's Ohio State, the other's Indiana. Like that's how this kind of looks, right? It's Texas A&M. They finally got it together. I don't know. We'll see.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's where we are, Minnie. Good show. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the community. Thank you guys for the super chats and the super stickers. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for liking the show.
Yes,
we really appreciate it. Hey, put the word out there. Michigan Monday, new podcast. Me and Minnie. Looking forward to it. Dre, I don't disagree, but we can hope, brother. We can hope. Upsets happen all the time. It's college football. But yeah, we'll see. But all right, Minnie. Again, final thoughts before we get out of here? No.
Let's go get this Purdue game.
All right, let's get Purdue, beat Purdue, and we are out of here. And as you guys know, it is always go blue.
Go blue.